All right. All right, guys. What is going on? What is happening? It is Friday. And you know what that means? We are live here on YouTube. So welcome. And let's get our first disclaimer up here too. So that way we don't get got, you know what I mean? Because this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor or anything like that. Oh my God, bro. I just demolished some tacos and the green sauce. The green sauce. This right here. I don't know if you guys can see it. Maybe you guys can see the green sauce. So good, man. So good, but it's spicy. You know what I mean? It's spicy. The red sauce is worse. The red sauce, I'll die. I'll die. You know what I mean? My life is over. You know what I mean? I'll just fall over and that's it. And my whole, I'll just be set on fire. That's it. You know what I mean? So we don't, I don't usually do the red sauce. But anyways, not that you guys want to hear me talk about tacos, but the alert that you heard just a minute ago, that was the Dow. And my focus actually today is on NASDAQ. So I screenshotted this right in here. So be mindful that this is, let's see, Thursday's low. Below Thursday's low, you do have a 15-minute imbalance from Wednesday. So right here at the start of the afternoon session, we are not doing anything yet, but we are starting to get a response here. So I wouldn't want to initially take that imbalance, right? I would not want to take that because at 11:35, I'm waiting for my tacos, okay, to get here. And the Dow has not taken the previous day's low yet, or its respective low. So we have to wait. So the NASDAQ continues lower. And then right around in here over the last few minutes, that's for those of you that got in here early, that's when you saw or heard the alert go off. And that's what that was. The Dow taking that. See that? About 5, maybe 10 minutes ago, something like that. So, whoops. So that low honestly has not been taken by very much. I mean, if we fly from here, then I guess that would be our low of the day. But I usually like to see a deeper run below that low. So we'll see what we do. I'm not pulling the trigger on anything yet. I do actually have a paper order in for silver, actually. So personally, I think it's definitely late. I think it's definitely late in the week to be shorting silver. But I'm putting an order in here anyway. So for those of you that watch me, we already talked about being short on Wednesday, heading into CPI. We talked about that on Tuesday. Wednesday was CPI. We got the lows and then we continued lower below 24.5. And then now we're in the 2380s. So it's been selling off all week. And I would not take this on a live account because it's Friday. We've been selling off all week and we're below old lows. So remember, that's one of the smart money rules is I personally, I don't want to short below old lows. So we're below an old low. We've been selling off all week. So I think the probabilities that this continues lower, it can, but I think it's a lower probability. So that's why I have put it in on a paper account and I'm not taking it live or anywhere else. So just to see, because on an intraday basis, technically we do have equal lows here. But given what we've done the last few days, I would be hesitant to put real money risk on that. But we still have an order there, so it looks like we have a 15-minute imbalance there. If we look at gold real quick, and I'll get to all the introductions and stuff in just a minute, but I want to hurry up and get this out here. The gold market rallied here from 805 to 845, whereas silver did rally, but then it couldn't make a higher high here. So we have a lower high. Looks like manipulation. So if we're going to, you know, short the market to go lower, then we want to short at a higher end, you know, of the range, and that would put us in at this 15-minute imbalance here. Stop way up here at the, I think it's this candle's high. That up candle's high. Yeah. So if it trades through that imbalance, then I would be wrong and I would just close out. Or since it's paper, I'd probably just wouldn't even fuck with it. But if it was a real account, then yeah, I would close out prior to it hitting the stop. Also, to help make the case, the imbalance here, just based off the 15-minute, given the stop loss parameters that I use for imbalances, for institutional candles and other, you know, mitigations and stuff like that, to me, this doesn't even set up a 1 to 3 opportunity. Unless we came in here, got a reaction, and then entered on a small time frame, sure. But based on a 15-minute, I don't really consider this setup to be a 1 to 3, unless we entered at a higher price. So, like, let me give you a scenario here. So, like 14 or 24, sorry, right at 24 is the order, and then like 23.70 is the TP. So a 1 to 3, the stop loss would have to be right there. Oh, shit. So I mean, you could, but if it comes up to hit this candle, I mean, there's a lack of wick right there too. So I mean, I guess we could frame something like that, but you know, I'll leave that up for you. But like I said, I've already made the case as to why I think today would be lower probability for that. So yeah, what's good, Naruto Lamad, Ali, and I did message you back, Ali, so you can check that. What's good, Nicholas Vadu? My girl makes great salsa verde. Gotta love the green sauce. Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. My good friends Dale and Amanda, who I mentioned in my book, by the way, at the beginning. They Amanda's dad, I don't know if he owns a taco truck. I don't think so, but he makes a lot of stuff from scratch. So anytime we have like a family gathering, which is pretty much like every weekend anyway, I mean, you know, I'm not gonna get into it, but he makes a lot of things from scratch. So he makes like ceviche, he makes tacos, he makes a bunch of different sauces, and yeah, he's really, really good at it, like incredible. So yeah, one time he made a sauce, bro. Oh my god, it was good, but it fucking slaps, bro. Like, I felt the heat for like an hour. Like, I had got done eating, and like an hour later I was still feeling it, bro. I was like, good grief, what the fuck did you put in here? But yeah, took it like a champ, though. You know what I mean? But I would do it again. But yeah, that shit was rough. So with gold, see, gold doesn't have the lows. Has a similar imbalance here, but what's the target on that? You know what I mean? So I think I'd be a little bit reluctant to short metals today, but if I had to choose one, it would be silver. All right. So we'll see how that goes. But again, just like last week when I talked about the S&P, or it might have been earlier this week when I talked about the S&P, we had equal highs and lows, and I completely fucked it up. You know what I mean? And I told you guys that something like that would happen because it was low probability conditions. So remember I said don't be surprised if it went lower, and it fucking went lower, even though I wanted it to go higher. So not perfect. You guys already know that. So that's kind of how I feel about today as well. And now you guys know again and again why Friday is typically my worst day. It's typically my worst day. And we'll put up the member goal as well. So we are at 25 out of 50. So the next goal is to have 50 total members. We are halfway there. We have 25. It might be 26 right now, but YouTube, it takes a couple of days to update. So it's either 25 or 26, but we're making our way. Building a community on YouTube. Excuse me. So what do we do from here? I don't know. If we start trading higher, meaning if we get a absolutely convincing move to the upside, I think 13, 425, 26 pretty much could be on the table for today. So I did mention that on Twitter a little bit earlier, that we have triple highs there, but in terms of the range, it's pretty high up on the range. Okay. So right now, I think we're at an important area, this imbalance here. So if we start trading below that, then I don't think that's going to happen. And I would probably walk away. Hit up the liquor store, grab a cigar, grab some whiskey, and have a good weekend. You know what I mean? Like that's probably going to be the vibes. But if we start trading higher, there's a high right here. Okay, so if depending on how we get above that, like if we get a strong conviction move higher and we get like bullish order flow, then I think 426 could be upside. But I would need to see a strong move away from this 15-minute imbalance that we are in down here. So if I was trying to buy the low of the day, like if I was trying to finesse that, I would absolutely buy this. An imbalance below an old low in a bullish market, these are awesome. But it's Friday and I'm not entirely convinced that we are at the low of the day. You know what I mean? I'm not convinced. So it's going to be up to you. Oh, and I forgot my social medias as well. Not that most of y'all need that, but I started watermarking my shit years ago. So, chef's kiss from Naruto. Yeah. On a separate note, I put out a video yesterday. So last night in the evening time, I put out a video, who created smart money concepts. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that one. Showed you guys some George Angel, some Larry Williams, you know what I mean? 1979, I think it was 1986. Secret to Selecting Stocks for Immediate and Substantial Gains by Larry Williams. So this, this idea that smart money concepts is new has been debunked. It's been around, at least publicly, for the last 43 years. Okay. So, fuck, dude, I'm 29. And smart money, it's been around for way longer. Way longer. Know what I'm saying? So that's really all the announcements that I have, to be honest. We should get an alert if we get filled in for silver. So, I mean, it's only a few ticks away. So we'll see how it goes. So I mean, we can watch. Let's watch both. See if we can do that. We will have silver over here, and we'll put the NASDAQ on the left. we'll try and watch both simultaneously. What do you guys think about that? I need that. Can you guys see that? Yeah, that looks pretty good. Thanks for ordering tacos. Please rate your delivery. So funny story. Uber Eats actually told me that I was one of their top customers after I ordered from them like 5 or 6 times. They were like, "You're this place's one of their top customers." I was like, "Dude, that's fucking badass." How about some free tacos, damn it? How about some free tacos? Since I'm the number one or top customer, you know, give me some free shit. Seems pretty fair to me. I feel like I've earned it. Have I not earned it? Going to the same place over and over again? You tell me. You guys tell me, all right? So again, what we're going to watch for, and then we'll do the alerts as well. We're going to put the question mark up here. Okay. Because I want to see how we react when we get there. Is that going to be, are we going to fucking blow through that? Or are we just going to continue lower? I would like for this to be the low of the day, though. I will tell you that. Just to be right. You know, that's kind of an ego thing. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to be right on that. But in order to take a trade that has a little bit more defined risk for me personally, I would wait for this high to be broken and then play a retracement. And then fucking gun for 430, 440, 450, something like that. Are we all clear on that? Are we all clear on that? The other indices don't have a high probability target, in my opinion. I think the triple highs on NASDAQ are juicy. You know what I'm saying? Like fresh fruit. Like fresh fruit. That's what I'm thinking. So we'll see if we can squeeze some juice out of today. $23.9965. Yes. Matter of fact, I am Liquidity. Welcome to Tier 2, our newest member. Congratulations. Congratulations. Now we're up to 26 members. Very, very nice. Again, building up the community here on YouTube. Building up a smart money community. No pressure, though. No pressure. I'm not going to force you to join. I mean, I couldn't even if I wanted to. I have no way to force you to do that. So I'm also gonna have the NASDAQ here on another screen too. Just so I can, excuse me, flip through the other indices as well. Just to see what they're doing. Because I mean, we've been trading lower and lower and lower and lower like all day. So if we get a reversal, I think NASDAQ is gonna be the one worth taking, even though it's our weak index today. I think the triple highs to me is enough for a higher probability trade. Like that to me would trump the idea that it's the weakest index. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Oh, look at that. We got a few more viewers as well. Beautiful. Beautiful. So if you guys are having fun, drop a like on the video. I would greatly, greatly appreciate that. Greatly. If $10 is keeping me from asking you stuff, that's money well spent. 200 IQ. Yeah. Well, at a minimum, I at least want to have a few membership only chat. Like, there's a difference between a membership only stream and a membership only chat. Like right now, anybody can watch. It's on YouTube. It's free for the entire world to watch, but you can't comment unless you're a member, right? So that's just a little bit more benefit. But I know I've said this before, at a certain point, we will get to streams that are membership only, meaning like you can't watch or participate unless you're a member. So we're not quite there yet. When we have enough members, we'll be able to do that. We'll be able to do that. So yeah, we have not reacted very well off that high though. You know what I mean? If I was long from down in here, then I would probably go break even just to prevent like a loss on a Friday. I hate losing on Friday, bro. It's the worst fucking day to lose. You go into the weekend with a loss and you're just like, wow. You know, you just gotta call yourself a goober and keep it moving. And then keep it moving. So the high, not looking good. And this 15-minute candle is getting ready to close too here in about 2 minutes. So again, like when you look at the NASDAQ from that perspective of the imbalance, 13,317, that's the low end here, and 13,343, which is the higher end. It's like, okay, the 15-minute we've turned, right? So we've reacted, but this candle that's getting ready to close here in about a minute, it's not closing like strong to the upside. So, you know, I don't know, Chief. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that. And it's 12:30. So if silver was to trade down here, I mean, it would have to really run there before the close of today. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. I don't know. What the fuck is up with the chat? All right. Anyway. So what are you guys looking at today? I think Ricky, I don't know if you're on here, but I think he was shorting today and I think they were covering right down in here. So that was solid. That was really solid. I woke up definitely late today. Like I woke up probably around 7 or 7:30 and then I went right back to bed. And then next thing I know, it's like 10:15. I'm like, oh shit. So yeah, I didn't do anything this morning. All right. So that 15-minute candle now has closed. We would need to see a little bit more. We would need to see a continuation here. I wouldn't want to see us trade back down. Personally. We got to be patient, though. We got to be patient. I don't know if we're going to be here all the way until 3 o'clock. That's another 2.5 hours. I don't know if I can fucking entertain you guys for that long. It's a really long time. It's a really long time. Naruto didn't do much today on the charts. Went out for pizza with my mom. Very nice. What kind of pizza did you get? What kind of pizza did you get? If you write pineapples, Naruto, you're getting blocked. Oh, mushroom and onion. Okay. Okay, you're safe. You're safe. But no, I'm just kidding. I've actually never tried pineapple on pizza. But mushroom and onion, dude. Mushroom and onion though, fuck man. Hopefully you have like a mint or brush your teeth or something. You know what I'm saying? Did you catch the sale in the indices? No, excuse me. No, I just mentioned that. I woke up late today. It's Friday. I don't typically trade Fridays. It's usually my worst day. Allie shorted Nasdaq at the top, but closed out at 13,450. Oh shit, that's way up there. Watch it die all day without me, so now I'm going to get a nice coffee and read in the park. Yeah, that does sound like a good idea. Pineapple and hot sauce is a sneaker. It'll catch you. Naruto. What is wrong with you? Pineapple and hot sauce, bro. I'm taking your membership away for that one. Naruto, you're tier 1 now. You've been taken aback. You're done. Allie agrees. Allie, you're done. You're tier 1. Brand new tier 1 members. Allie and Naruto. D-ranked. Pineapples and hot sauce, bro. I'm about to turn the chat off. I'm sick of this nonsense. Sick of y'all's ridiculousness. Pineapples and hot sauce. If we do continue lower for indices, we do have a low at 4112 for the S&P. If you go to your 1 hour chart, that is the low of Wednesday. So that could be on the table for today as well. And if the Dow continues lower, then I think it'll trade much more distinctively below yesterday's low. We had a very shallow run on the Dow. So if we are not bullish from here, if we continue lower, then yeah, it's going to give up the low, and then this low in Nasdaq will probably be ripped apart as well. So I definitely don't want to get caught trying to catch a falling knife today. You know what I'm saying? Lewis said just set. Just set. What are we talking about? What are we talking about here? Okay. Seasonal, like seasonality, or I don't know what season X is. Is that a spelling mistake? Best days for buys are Tuesday, Wednesday. For sells, Monday. Also, best months were April, July, October, and November. Okay. What's your take on that, bro? I taught everybody seasonality years ago. in the sniper course. That's my take on that. One-year-old on my phone. Oh, Lewis has a 1-year-old on the phone. Oh, I gotcha. I gotcha. Baby Pips is in the building on Lewis's phone. Well, as long as you're not, you know, in an app that you can spend money on, like in-game purchases, you don't want your 1-year-old to spend a whole bunch of your money on accident. That'd be hilarious. So good luck. I mean, about the days, etc. I don't look into it that much. I think focusing on like, oh, Mondays are better for this, better for that. Like, I don't put a lot of merit into that. I think Mondays are good for either one. I say let the current price action let you know if it's going to be a good day to trade or not. So seasonality is a roadmap, not a guarantee. It's just like extra higher time frame confirmation. So it's as simple as that. It's just one of many things that I brought to the academy. So not that I'm the greatest at it. I'm not saying that, but you know, those videos are 3 years old at this point. All right. So anyway, look at this update for you real quick. See that high right here? Right there. So we got a nice candle at 1220. We got a nice candle. And it starts to trade above it and then gives it back up easily. You know what I mean? Like that's not what you want. If you're like trying to go long, like that's not what you want. And it comes right back down into this gap again or imbalance again. I keep losing my fucking chart. You know, 15-minute. Now we're printing our red candle. You know, it's like we need to leave this 15-minute imbalance is what I'm saying. We need to leave that. If we don't, that's going to be problematic for longs. So the 1 hour looks terrible as well. Looks terrible. If S&P is trading lower, it could trade into the SPY gap from last Friday. That is a possibility. I looked at the... Oh, that is a pretty fat gap. If I was short from this morning, which I'm not. If I was though, I may want to hold on to a short the rest of the day to see if we get that. But it's asking a lot for a Friday though. I will tell you that. I think it's asking a lot for a Friday. But yeah, if you look at like SPY on a 1 hour, it looks like shit. We're in the middle of a range from May. Like from the 26th of April to where we are now, it looks like doo-doo. We've consolidated. Look at, like, if you look at a daily, look at the last 5-6 days. We've gone pretty much nowhere. It's been chop. It's been fucking chop. So, I don't know. But yeah, if we come back within the range, we need to definitely clear this high. We need like signs of bullish order flow if we're gonna take that level up here. So the longer we don't show bullishness, the less likely. I know I tell you guys that all the time, like the time constraint, right? Because you want to give like a decent amount of time for the trade to pan out or your idea to pan out. And if it's not going your way, the longer it doesn't, the less likely, you know, that trade idea is going to be. So, just looking a little rough. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What other questions you guys got? Hit me with them. Hit me with them. Because I really don't have anything else for you other than to just watch this. Unless you want the dad jokes, but I don't think you want that. I don't think you want that. I don't think anybody wants that. Have you guys, let me ask you this. I don't think Willow is here today. But let me ask you guys this. Do any of you listen to metalcore music? Not hard rock, but like metalcore, you know, stuff like that. Does anybody, there's like 22 of you. Does anybody in the room listen to like screaming music? Let me know. I need to know. Billionaire said Playboy Cardi. Nicholas, no. All you guys said no, man. Who are y'all? You put pineapple on fucking pizza. You don't listen to metalcore music. Like, damn. My goodness. I thought we knew each other, man. I thought we knew each other. Turns out I don't know shit. Turns out I don't know shit. Nah, it's cool. Well, all right. I was gonna tell you about this new album that came out recently, but since none of you listen to that type of music, I guess I won't do it. But I used to really, really love rap. Like rap was my shit, bro. In high school, in college, even in the Navy, like rap was my shit, bro. But rap today, it's dog shit. It's dog shit. The only artist that I listen to that constantly puts out good music is Kevin Gates. I enjoy Kevin Gates. Retarded. There might be a few others that I might not be thinking of, but yeah, Gates puts out really good music. But a few others that a lot of people like, I just can't listen to it, bro. It's just dog shit. Does Misfits count? Oh, I don't even know. What rap artists did you listen to in the past? Oh, in the past, bro, everybody. Everybody. Bro, back in the one of the best eras in like newer rap for me was Wiz Khalifa, Mac Miller. At the time when MGK was popular, he was pretty decent too before he fucking fell off hard. Really enjoyed Meek Mill growing up as well from like 2010, 2012. I used to love Meek Mill, bro. I think it was like Flamethrowers 2 or some shit like that. Really, really old stuff. Old Meek Mill was incredible. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. But yeah, that was like the last good era. Once it was one of the XXL freshman classes that defined like the last good class, and then everyone else has been shit. Old Drake, yeah, old Drake was good. Nike's on my feet, but yeah. Oh yeah, Mac Miller was solid, bro. And my friend put me on him like way before he even blew up. Way before. But yeah, music has fallen off, bro. Once like the mumble rap came onto the scene, it was done. It was done. Let me see. I'm sure it'll be on Apple Music. Let me look something up real quick. I'll tell you. Let's see. Browse. J. Cole is solid, but you gotta like really listen to his music. Like you gotta like actually pay attention to what he's saying. All right, let's see. Young Thug, fucking garbage. Future's all right. Lil Baby, I think is all right. Moneybagg Yo is okay. NBA Youngboy is okay. Not my favorite. Tell me about the music you wanted to earlier. I'll listen to find new and Joe. If you like rap, you're definitely not gonna like what I have for you. You're not gonna like it. I can already tell. Most people don't. J. Cole's the go. Like play a mix. Yeah. Lil Durk, don't listen to him. 21 Savage, I think is terrible. I mean, he's just overrated. He's just boring. Kodak Black, terrible. I just don't vibe with it. I know he's popular. A lot of people like him. I just don't vibe with it. So for me personally, you know, I liked the 90s era, early 2000s, like boom bap shit, bro. The old shit. Big L, Biggie, Tupac. That was like the greatest era for rap. And now it's all about like auto tune and fucking doing a lot of drugs and shit. And it's just not what it used to be. I think a lot of the skill has been taken out. But again, that's just my personal opinion. You're allowed to have your own opinion. That's mine. So, but I listen to a lot of genres. I just don't listen to country. I think country is dog shit. I listen to country, I want to shoot myself in the face. It's a group, but the last guy on the last verse is insane. The rest of the group is okay. What group is that? Oh, for Misfits? Yeah, I don't. I've heard of them, but I've never listened to them. But, you know, you grow up, your taste changes, music changes, and for me, like rap just fell off. For me. Most of it, at least. It just fell off, bro. Coast Contra? Yeah, I've never heard of them. Never heard of them. So, spending a lot of time here, and again, like that 15-minute I was trying to tell you, is like if we were bullish, we would need to leave that. In my opinion, we would need to leave it, and we're not. So it doesn't look good for longs. Doesn't look good for longs. So it'll probably just be one of those days like we've had before where we have like a target, but if we never get the setup to go to that target, then there's no trade. So you're allowed to be wrong. Like there's nothing wrong with being wrong. But if you try to force something, like if I try to force myself, oh yeah, we should long this here, like that is not a good idea. You know what I'm saying? That is not a good idea. So then you just don't do anything. And then when you don't do anything, you don't lose money. So when you don't lose money, you're able to survive as a trader and you're able to make trading into a career. That's part of it. But sometimes it's not about winning. Sometimes it's about not losing. And that's not supposed to be like some profound fucking gem, but you know, it's just sometimes it's about not losing, bro. Okay. Bro, I don't know why I get spam comments. And this is why my YouTube has comments where they're filtered. So on a video that allows you to comment, right? You make the comment, whatever it is, and then you press enter, but it doesn't show publicly. It goes into my back office. So then I can see it and I can either approve it or disapprove it or flag it for spam, or I can like, I guess that button means hide a comment and future comments from that user. So I do that because like, bro, spam is annoying. Plus, when people talk shit, it doesn't go public. I can just block it. And now you're the goofball because you fucking spent all that time watching a video and then commenting and no one sees your comment. So how's that? How's that for the haters? Wasted time. Ooh. Yeah, the S&P. S&P not looking good. The Dow, it has broken structure, but like all it did was trade into an imbalance and immediately trade lower. So yeah, the indices do not look bullish. They do not look bullish. So again, for S&P, that 4112 level that we mentioned, that looks like it's fixing to get taken. Know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And then we may end up getting that further run on the Dow. There you go. There you go. So anyway, let me ask you guys this. Discernment, okay? Do you see why we waited to see what the reaction would be here? Is Allie still here or did she leave? I think she said earlier that she was leaving. What's the difference between the SPY normal chart and the S&P futures chart? So the S&P ETF is only open during the stock exchange hours. The futures are 23 hours a day, 5 days a week. And I think a little bit on Sunday as well. So, well, what's good, Willow? Nice of you to join us today. We were talking about rap a minute ago. I don't know if you were here for that. But I was talking about how rap like fell off the last like 8 to 10 years, in my opinion. Oh yeah, what was I saying? Yeah. So do you guys understand why we did that? Why we waited to see a reaction? Because if we longed any retracement, we would be in drawdown right now. Because it didn't show a willingness to go higher. That's why patience pays. Mainstream rap is garbage. Oh yeah. Bro, I turned off the radio in like 2010. I have a post on my Facebook about that too. Literally from 2010. I was like, I'm fucking done with the radio. Done. So, now it's 1 o'clock. So, 2 hours left in a day for the stock exchange. So, that probably may be a stretch for today. 426, that may end up being a stretch. Silver, I still like the setup, but for all the reasons I mentioned earlier, I'm not taking that live. But I still would want to watch it to see if we're correct, but not on a live account. So the NASDAQ is now trading lower, below that current low. Right, so obviously that's not our low of the day. How long did it take you to become profitable? Just curious. A long fucking time. A long time. Longer than a year. I mean, it's going to be different for everybody, but you know, it's fucking hard, man. In the beginning, it's hard. It's difficult. Yeah, I think it gets easier with time, but yeah, man, it's fucking hard. Let me just see. 41.14 for the S&P. Let me pull up my relative, my other one. I want to keep flipping through this shit. Because if we get like a divergence down in here, that'd probably be beneficial. But it doesn't look like we're going to get that. So there's 41.12, 75 for the S&P. So that low, you guys can see the numbers over here too. There's 41.12. So there's your low from Wednesday. There's your low from Wednesday. So again, do you see how we did that? You see why we did that? We made the case for potential lower indices, right? Because the Dow had a shallow run. The S&P also had Wednesday's low. So if we're not getting clear breaks of structure to the upside, if we're not getting clear bullishness, then we stay bearish. Lo and behold, lower pricing. So although we didn't take a short to go lower, we at least prevented ourselves from going long in a bear market. So it's probably not the greatest skill in the world to have, but I still think that's a very beneficial skill. Not to go long in a bearish market. Shit, because bro, way back in the day, I used to have days where I thought like, oh, the low's been set. Oh, the low's been set. Oh, the low's been set. And I just kept like chopping myself up. I would try to long on down days and it fucking rips your face off. Until eventually you go, okay, well, what the fuck? What am I doing wrong? And so I'm trying to build you a discernment. Okay, building you a discernment. Why should it be bullish? Why should it be bearish? Or maybe we don't know. Maybe we wait for more information. That's fine too. That is fine too. But discernment, I think, is a solid skill that is maybe not taught as much as I would like it to be taught. You know, another thing too about silver is it's in the middle of the range. So this is low probability conditions here as well. But let me see the indices again. The Dow made low resistant lows here. So I don't know if that's going to mean anything for now. It's a new hour as well. But S&P is lower, NASDAQ is lower, and the Dow has not made a lower low yet. Again, I'm not doing anything with that, but it's just something to note on a 5-minute time frame. Yeah, I guess we'll keep watching. $6M smart monies. What does that even mean? Till next convention. Okay. Yeah. When is the next convention? I don't even know. So the only distinctive high currently for this afternoon is this one. At 12:25 Central. That's our only distinctive high here in the afternoon. So if we end up getting some type of reversal, that'll be the first target. But again, I'm still not looking to go long right now. Not yet. Oh, 6 months. Okay, I got you. 6 months is not a long time though. Yeah, it's not a long time at all. So let's see if we get filled on silver again. This is not a live account. This is a paper account. We've already been bearish all week on silver. So I think trying to keep that same idea on Friday is a little bit lower probability. And that is the reason why I'm not taking it anywhere else other than a paper account. Because I don't think it's higher probability, whereas earlier this week was. So the big moves this week have already happened. The majority of this week's range has already happened. So for those reasons, I wouldn't take this on a live account. But I still want to see how we react here to see if we trade into this imbalance and then lower. But it's 1 o'clock, so there's only a few hours left in a day. and it may be asking for a lot to get us down to these lows. I think that is probably unlikely to unfold. So, but we'll see. Okay, we'll see. All right. Let me see. So that imbalance on the 15-minute for the NASDAQ has been completed. This possibly, I don't, look, I have no idea, okay? If that's going to happen, but that may end up being a potential mitigation for later tonight, or tonight, in the next couple of hours. So that could be a possibility, but I'm not trying to draw that mitigation out just yet. You know, today's a falling knife, and you don't want to get your hand cut. Our current low on S&P is 41.11 3/4. So we barely took Wednesday's low by 3 ticks. So I don't know. I don't know, man. But I tell you what, a lot of the movement occurs the last hour and a lot in the last 2 hours as well. So we hopefully will start actually seeing a little bit more movement here for this afternoon. Who wants to sit here and watch fucking boring price, you know? Oh, and at SPX made equal lows. Ooh, that could be problematic for longs. I'm just gonna turn on some music because I need something to listen to. You just let me know if it's too loud. Yeah, we're definitely at an interesting place. I'll tell you that. If I had to walk away, like if I was like doing something like, let's say reading a book or doing laundry, I don't know. I mean, anything that you have to be away from the charts, I would probably put an alert here just to be notified when that takes place, if it does. And other than that, I would leave this shit alone. But I would do that for all three of the indices. So I would go to the S&P, our most recent high. I'd put an alert there. And then I would do that for the Dow as well. Because until something like that happens, I'm not interested in doing anything here. When you have a working strategy, but you as a trader are still not profitable, it's because of emotions. What do you think? I think there's a lot of bullshit. I think a lot of people teach and say shit that is just bullshit. Personally. So if your strategy works, but you haven't been able to implement the strategy, then you're obviously doing something wrong. Okay, so let me tell you something. Okay, we'll bring back Philosophical Friday for you. Okay, I didn't put that as a thumbnail, but it's cool. Emotions, okay, have no bearing on anything. They don't have anything to do with anything. Your emotions, okay, they do not make a person act. Emotions are just a signal from either your conscious or your subconscious trying to tell you something. Your body or your subconscious is trying to tell you something. Okay? Just like if you see a fucking... Matter of fact, yesterday I was on my way home. I'm walking the neighborhood. I get back. Bro, I shit you not. This fucking snake, bro. There was a long ass snake. Just kind of like slithers into my path, and he starts to like... I don't even know how you... He like lifts his head up, right? And like starts looking at me, bro. So like I stopped for a second. You know what I mean? Because it's a snake. And it like... I wasn't scared, but like I was shocked, right? Like, oh shit, that's a fucking snake. So then I looked, you know, I was walking the street. So I looked both ways and then I crossed the street, right? So that was a signal, it was an automated response. Like, oh shit, there's a snake. I don't know if it's poisonous or not because I don't know anything about snakes. You know what I mean? I just wouldn't want to be bit either way, right? So whatever emotion that I have or may not have, it has nothing to do with anything. Okay, you could be in a trade and it doesn't matter if you're sad, if you're happy, if you're angry, if you're just tranquility, like if you just have tranquility, that's fine. None of that matters. It's what you do. Okay? If you justify bad behavior because you're angry, right? Like, you know, I've said some things to people before that, you know, they called the police on me, right? That was because I was angry and I purposely had said some shit that I probably shouldn't have said, right? But I could have just been angry and not said anything at all. But I was young and retarded, so, you know, I did it. That was a justification, but that was wrong. It was wrong of me to do that. So your emotions have nothing to do with it. And this is a problem in the trading community because people think I need to get rid of my emotions. It's fucking impossible. It's impossible. It is in your human nature to have emotions, period. Okay? Now, for some of you, I don't know what everybody believes in, okay? But it's obvious that we were created, okay? And if we were created, that implies that there was a creator, all right? So no matter what you believe in, you were created. You're here, you're on this earth, right? But you were given emotions, okay? For a specific purpose. There's a reason we don't live in fucking caves with no electricity and no internet and, you know, hunt tigers and bears and shit with clubs, right? We don't do that anymore because we're smart. We're God's highest form of creation, as some people would say, right? And those emotions are built, right? We're built with that in order to do things like survive in the wild and thrive and things like that. So emotions are a good thing. Keeps you out of trouble, keeps you out of danger potentially, right? And stuff like that. So to say that you're not profitable or your strategy doesn't work because of your emotions, that is not a sound logic. It's not a sound logic. That makes no sense. That makes no sense at all. None whatsoever. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you know what a sound logic is? So you're blaming something. The reason that you're not profitable, right? As some people would say, you're not profitable because of this. Well, you don't control the market. Okay? But you do control your responses to how you feel. So to try and connect something that you control with something that you don't control is fucking retarded. And it's not sound logic at all. But I'm not going to do a podcast. Just hop on the live sessions. I mean, as simple as that. When we're waiting for things to pan out, we can have conversations. We don't need a podcast for that. But some people just say shit to say shit. And they really have no idea what they're talking about. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I've probably said some retarded shit before too, but you learn and you grow and you elevate and you fix it. You know what I mean? So that's my opinion. Because of your emotions. It's not. It's because of your actions. That or your strategy just sucks. That imbalance didn't hold because I'm angry that I got cut off in traffic. Does that make sense, bro? Does that make sense? Come on. You see why that's retarded? You see why that's stupid? Well, that institutional candle was disrespected because I'm sad. Wouldn't hold up in court, bro. Would not hold up. Or at a debate either. You'd go to a debate and you would get your ass handed to you. I think that's why a lot of traders don't debate with me. Because when I answer people's questions, or if I say like your tweet is like L tweet, bro, because I'll give you my response. Like
what you said is retarded because it doesn't make logical sense. It's not a sound logic, and you're straight up wrong. But you're probably trying to why haven't we got filled on that? Did y'all see that? 24,005, but we have a sell limit at 24. So price went above our limit. What the fuck is up with that? All right, well, anyway. Have you thoughts on 1984 so far? You know, I have read, let me see. It's right here. 1984 is right here. Let me see. I'm only 58 pages in. So I think it's all right. So far, I haven't really gotten to the heart of it just yet. So no thoughts, but the ideas are very interesting though. You know, Big Brother and thought police and stuff like that, but I haven't really got into the heart of it just yet. You don't really know if a book is good or not till at least like halfway, I would think. So it's just one of the many books I'm reading, but I did put that one down for Massimo Pigliucci. For Pigliucci. How to be a Stoic. So I'm like a third of the way done with that one. It's a lot easier to read too. 48 Laws of Power. Thinking about picking it up as my next read. I have 48 Laws of Power. Have I read every word of it? No. What I usually do when I try to read 48 Laws of Power is I'll flip through the 48 laws on the back and I'll find one that I think is really interesting, and then I'll go read like that specific one. So I kind of jump around and with 48 Laws of Power, not just like straight through. But I think it's good. I think 48 Laws of Power is good. Robert Greene. It's definitely a good book to have. All right. So I'm a little bit confused, chat. Because why did price go above our limit? Why did it go above our limit and we're not filled? I mean, am I the only one that sees that? On a paper account? All right. I mean, we'll still keep it there. I'm still going to keep that there, but that's interesting. Isn't 1984 the prediction of what the future is going to look like? No. 1984 is just the I think it's like a novel, it's like a story written, I think it was published in 1949 originally. And just about like Big Brother and the government and all that shit. So we went back to 24, back above the limit, but we're still not filled. Bro, is this fucking broken? Is TradingView like broken? I've never seen that before. So what's it going to take for us to get filled then? Does price need to come all the way up here? Like, what's going on? Bro, I understand not getting filled on a live account. I get that. But not getting filled on a paper trading account? You see, guys, this is why I don't trade Fridays, bro. You see that? This is why we don't do Fridays, bro. Because all kind of spooky shit happens. When the fuck have you ever seen that? It goes up past our order and goes lower. I mean, unless there's fucking spreads that I don't know about on a paper account. Is there spreads on a paper account? Oh, I guess. Oh, I guess there's spreads on a paper account. I don't know. Never seen it. Oh, this is Oanda. That's probably why. Okay. Well, I'm just going to leave it there. I mean, I'm not going to cancel it. It's a paper account, so it doesn't really matter. But, you know, what the fuck? All right, so the Dow ended up taking the lows that we were talking about. So we don't have a divergence down in here. Which is fine. You don't need one. You don't need one. But it's 1:30, so we're coming up in the last hour and a half of the stock exchange, at least. But yeah, bro. We should have went with silver futures instead. Because at least we'd be in on something. I mean, granted, it's not like doing anything, but whatever. Whatever. Who asked that? So liquidity, there is a video, because I think you just became a member earlier today, right? Yeah. So if you go to my channel, there are currently 3 members only videos. Navigating FOMC price action. That was a clip from one of the live sessions, just down to 15 minutes though. There's a video, NASDAQ paper trading from 2 days ago. And there's an 18-minute video on dealing with drawdown. So I think that video would be beneficial to you, because I do talk about emotions there and how to navigate drawdown and stuff like that. So my Smart Money Concepts video is like almost at 300 views. So we're putting some work in with that one. Putting in a little bit of work with that one. But okay. So now we're above our sell limit again. So I guess we do have to cover spreads, even if it's a demo. Ugh. Whatever. We'll keep it. We'll keep it on. We will keep it on. Oh shit. Have y'all seen the dollar today? My God. My goodness. My goodness. New Zealand down 1.8%. So if you watched my session last night, we talked about how yesterday, New York, how it had some short setups in there. Jesus, that was 200 and something pips ago. 180 pips ago. Yikes. Yikes. British pound as well from New York on a 1 hour time frame. You can take a look at that as well. I didn't think we'd get that much downside. I'd never said anything about that, but I did say that there's a divergence up there with Aussie and Kiwi on Wednesday in the evening, and then they absolutely dominated to the downside today, and dollar has been mooning. So with that dollar moon as well, pressure on the indices. So with the dollar rallying and rallying, we see that the indices are lower and lower. So that's not a surprise. Okay, that's not a surprise. Okay, so now we get filled in on silver. So I guess you're right. I guess it was because of spread. But it's been slow. It has been slow. Watch the DXY. Weird though that USD CAD wasn't correlated at first at all. Well, USD CAD is more correlated with oil than it is with dollar. Don't make the mistake of thinking that if dollar does one thing, that USD XXX is going to do everything else. Like everything else, USD XXX is going to do the opposite, because that's not how it works. In a general sense, yeah, but the dollar index, 57% of it is the euro, and the Canadian dollar is heavily more correlated with oil than it is with the dollar index, at least in my opinion. I mean, I don't look at it that often anymore, so I don't, it's not what I look for, but if I did, then I would look at oil and stuff like that with USD CAD. So if this if this was a live trade, okay, if it closes like above that imbalance here, I think I would close it out versus waiting to see if it trades up to the stop. You know what I'm saying? I think closing above the imbalance would probably negate the idea. So it would be better to take half a loss than a full loss, unless it just happens to sprint up there. Like, then that's okay. I mean, it's a paper account, so it doesn't really, I mean, it could gap to like 50, blow the whole paper account. I mean, it wouldn't really matter. But if I were going to practice like it was a real account, that's kind of how I would manage it. If it was me, I would just watch it, and if we trade above 2407 and we close above that on a 15-minute, I probably would just let it go. Just like I would manually close it versus trying to hold it. Okay. But yeah, this is ugly for the indices. We've just really haven't done a lot the last 35 minutes. Wait, no, that's longer than that. Oh, no, this is a 5-minute. I'm tripping. 35, 40 minutes. We've done really nothing here. So again, the less and less likely for me that it would run up here. I don't think we're going to be able to get that today. But you know what we are going to get today? Probably a cigar. Probably a cigar from the liquor store. Probably more than one. Do we have any drinkers in the room? Do we have any drinkers in the room? I might smoke a cigar later, yeah. Maybe tomorrow. Miguel likes whiskey? What kind? Like brand or you know, whiskey, bourbon, sour, whatever. Well, I said you need to so you can break one down. Bro, if you break down a fucking cigar, there's no way you're smoking that whole thing. There's no fucking way. Not with extracurricular activities. Naruto said beer. What kind of beer do you drink? I used to drink beer a lot. Not anymore, though. A dab will do ya. Shit, dude. In this weather, I'd be good with that. So there's only 20 minutes before we get to the final hour. I would like to fucking get some movement on the indices, even if it's lower. Like, give us something versus just a whole lot of nothing right here. You know what I mean? Like, look at that. It's just consolidating here. Liquidity likes rum. What is your drink of choice? If we go to a restaurant, I try to keep things easy. So if it's like a nice restaurant, I'll probably get a Long Island iced tea. Those are usually pretty solid. But if it's like a pre-made, you know, like a pre-made one, like fuck that. I might just get either a Jack and Coke or maybe just some sort of whiskey on the rocks or tequila on the rocks. So more than anything, I would probably say either whiskey on the rocks or tequila on the rocks. Just straight whiskey over ice. But a friend's neighbor of mine, he was telling me about brandy. He was like, oh, you should try this Ciroc brandy. I'm like, all right. So I bought a bottle of that, and I've had it for a long time, but I haven't opened it yet. Matter of fact, I was gonna take it to his house and share it with him, but I haven't been back over to their house in a while. That guy smokes cigars too. Older guy. He's funny. He smokes in his garage. Like the garage door is open and he has like a TV, a couch, and a bunch of bottles in there too. I'm like, Jesus. But yeah, he's a cigar connoisseur. I'm like, damn, bro, I'm not trying to be like that. I'm not trying to, you know, smoke so many cigars in my 20s and 30s. I don't want to sound like a robot when I'm 40. You know, I don't want to sound like Miley Cyrus. You know what I mean? All raspy. No, no, no. Don't want that. Don't want that. Willow's got a bunch of shit. I don't even know what those are. They look cool though. Yeah, I can't even tell what some of that stuff is. Some of that looks like wine. I think that's barefoot wine too. Not sure. And those glasses, I see the glasses down there on the right. That's kind of cool. I have some of those too. I have some of those too. All right. So 15-minute for silver. You see how we have just jammed right into that, and then it looks like we're going to close like that too? That's usually not what you want to see. Okay. Plus, we don't have like a imbalance inside of an imbalance. We don't really have that either. And the 1 hour. I mean, I don't really see anything there either. So I would be a little concerned if this was a live trade. I would definitely be concerned. Because it's not really showing like any strong reaction in here. Look at the dollar real quick too again. So the dollar is also rallying. So let me see, 1030. So you have the dollar rallying at 1030, and then metals are rallying as well. So, you know, that's probably not what you want. $10 bottles of wine and the 3 witches. Whatever Ace custom made from a family friend. Rum, whiskey, and brandy, I think. They were gifts for her bridal shower last year. Okay. That's always a good gift. I've gifted my friend, oh my god, I don't even want to know how much I spent. Bottles of tequila. Bottles of tequila. I only have 1 bottle of 1942. I want another one. Cause I don't know what it is, man, but 1942 is really good. It seems like, I guess if I had to, I'm not like an expert, you know, in this shit, but it's like, it's very light. So it tastes really good and it's very light. It doesn't like slap you in your face, you know? Whereas like whiskey will rip you a new one. Whiskey can like scratch the fuck out of your throat. I don't know how to explain it. That's why I told you guys, like, I'm not an expert in that shit. But some whiskeys are like more smooth than others. Ooh, you know what? So it's 2 o'clock. Almost. We got like 10, 13 minutes until the last hour. And if silver was a live trade, I would keep it. Like I would watch it, but I would be very hesitant to hold this. I drank too much of that in the Marines. I have a tough time drinking a lot of hard stuff these days, which is why I smoke. Well, at least you know what you want. At least you know what you want. There was actually a period in time where I didn't like smoking. I think sometimes, like, if you're in a bad place mentally, smoking is not good. You know what I mean? Like in high school when there was a lot of drama and all that bullshit, that would have not have been a good time to smoke. But like now's a great time. AMF was my go-to. AMF. I feel like I've heard that before. What is that? What is that? Oops. The amount of empty Jack bottles I've woken up next to with far too many questions was not getting fun anymore. Dude, I knew something had to change when I woke up one morning. I don't know why I did this. This was so random. I woke up one morning and I rolled over and I had a little bit of beer left in a bottle of beer. I don't even know if it was mine. It was on my nightstand, and I woke up, I looked at it, and I grabbed it, and I finished it off. Like, I drank the rest of it. Lukewarm, fucking first thing in the morning. I went right to work, and I was thinking, like, bro, why did I even do that? So, yeah. I've been there before. Been there before. But I was like 21, 22, so I could handle it. I could handle going to work and all that. But now that I'm 29, I don't want to do that shit no more. I don't want to do that no more. Turn the camera just a little bit. What you guys got planned the rest of the day? Because what I'm probably going to do after we hop off this stream here is I'm going to hit my friends. I'm going to see what they're doing. And on the way there, I may stop by and grab a couple cigars, and I might just bring over the whiskey I have already. I don't see buying a third bottle. That's silly. Unless I buy like a different brand of something else. Willow's going for yard work. Oh man. I can't say that I would enjoy that. Miguel's gonna hit the pool. Supposed to be 90 for the next 7 days. Grab a nice cold. Ooh, fuck, lemonade. That sounds good. A nice cold lemonade sounds really awesome. Nothing playing today, but gonna enjoy some pho with the homies tomorrow. Is it pho or is it pho? I've heard like different things. Correct me if I'm wrong, please. So it's pho. Okay. Well, why is it spelled? You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. All right, so we're just gonna bump this over so we can make a little bit more room. Oh, you know what? There's a big disparity between the micros and E-mini S&P. That's not good. So ES has equal lows and even low resistant lows at 41.11 and 3/4, whereas micros, the low at 116 is our low of the day currently. So what do we do with that? Do we trust that the micros ran the lows and then that's gonna be our low of the day, or do we trust that E-mini has equal lows and that will continue lower? Well, that's a question that needs answers. And the Dow ran lower at 140. So do we have a divergence there? At least on a 1 minute? These are questions, man. We need some answers. I mean, on a 1 minute, I guess it does look like, let me see something real quick. Let me see something real quick. It looks definitely sloppy, but if you look at the indices down in here, there's some disparity there. So maybe the low's been set. Maybe. Do I think we're gonna get way up here in the last hour? I doubt it. That's definitely asking for a lot. So I don't think that's on the table anymore. We would need some serious movement. And the 1 minute just doesn't look good. It's all discombobulated. The lows aren't even fucking aligned. And there's a disparity between micros and E-mini, so I don't know what to do with that. So when in doubt, stay out, my friend. So on a separate note, let me tell you about this bottle I've been looking at. Won't be a stream at all till Tuesday the 23rd. I'm gonna be in Alabama working Hangout Fest. Gotcha. Have fun with that. Naruto over here typing up some crazy shit as well. Crazy shit in the chat tonight. There is a Macallan 15-year double cask. So let me show you. Let me show you this real quick. This is what my eyes been eyeing. Macallan 15-year double cask, whatever that means, but that's actually more expensive than 1942 by like 20 bucks. But I think if Rock were here, I think he would like this, because I think he's mentioned this one before. The Macallan 15-year. Would you guys want to try that if you had the opportunity? Like if I bought this, and you were at my house, would you try that? I mean, it's got really good reviews too. Only one 1-star review. 54 5 stars. 170 bucks. It better be fucking delicious. You know what I'm saying? It better be fucking good. All right. Whenever I get it, if I ever get it, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know. You take a shot? Yeah. Well, I tell you what. How about this? Whatever convention I go to next, I'll bring a bottle of something. If you guys want, I'll pick up a bottle of something. Either that or 1942 or like some good shit, not like some bullshit. Not like some fucking $30 bottle, like some actual good either whiskey or tequila. But it's got to be in Dallas or Houston, man. It's got to be either Dallas or Houston. I would prefer Houston, but Dallas would work. Dallas would work. All right. So with silver, it's back at our entry. So it's shown a little bit of a reaction in here, and we haven't even looked at gold. I haven't even bothered looking at gold. I don't even know what it's doing. I'll take a look real quick. Oh yeah, see, gold is higher. Oh no. Gold's been consolidating on the 15-minute. It's been consolidating within that 15-minute imbalance. That same imbalance on gold is just stuck in there. So I would give this maybe 2 or 3 candles to go lower. I wouldn't want to see us go higher from here. Like if we're going to get a reaction, it might as well be from here. Because I wouldn't, like, to me, it's like, why is silver rallying when gold is rallying? I mean, when dollar's rallying as well. You know what I mean? Like, I wouldn't want that. So I would want a response like now. The next 2 or 3 candles I would want lower. If we don't get that, then I would just negate the idea, take a small loss, and move on. Think Croatia is the next convention? Oh, I have no idea. I only know like one person in Croatia. Couldn't tell you. I do not know. All right, final hour, ladies and gentlemen. Final hour. Let's see. Either we spike lower. So the S&P again, you know, there's that disparity between micros and E-mini. So I don't know what I would do with that. I don't know what I'd do. Don't know. Nasdaq slightly higher. Dow lower. So, yeesh. It's hard to say. For the indices specifically, it is hard to say. The Dow 5-minute hit that last down candle. We might actually rally from here. And an imbalance there too. On Dow 5-minute. S&P, same thing. So the last hour we dropped down, imbalance, and then down candle, and we may end up trading higher from here. NASDAQ didn't have it. It didn't have it. But it did have, I think, that imbalance right there. I don't even think that traded into, though. I don't think so. It doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like it did. That could be questionable. That could be very questionable. The gold market's starting to take off lower a little bit. But again, it's sat at that imbalance for a long time. Like that, I don't care for when price does that. I don't like that at all. And the fucking spread here, like we're still, I guess, technically down on the position given the spread. So that's always nice. It's always nice being shafted by fucking spread. So, Friday down day, short covering the last hour? Question mark? Question mark. We shall see. Oh, we just overcame spread on silver. Finally. Barely. For like 1 second. Oh, man. Been sitting in this chair with you guys for the last 2 hours. So let's hop off of NASDAQ for just a minute and let me show you what I was talking about on the S&P. That little spot right here. So the micros went lower here, whereas E-mini had equal lows here. So we rallied up, and in the last hour, right, that hour opened and it drops down, and it drops down right into that imbalance there, which is also at this down candle there. So that's what I was saying, like we might trade higher off of that. But that looks kind of shitty. You know what I mean? Like it just it looks like shit. It's very close to the opening of that hour as well. So I mean, it could, if it ran stops, you know, multiple times, and then, I mean, I could see it trading higher, but that just, I wouldn't put a live trade on that at all. It wouldn't be all that much risk though from there, like from in here, from 18 maybe down to like 12. It's like a 6-point risk maybe. And if I was in on that, knowing me for a Friday, shit, and my level of impatience, I'd probably be like break even. Just to see. Just to see. So here's the thing about spreads too. It's harder to go break even because you have to wait for even more convincing movement because you have to incorporate spread into that stop. You know what I mean? Because you might you might think like, all right, I'm gonna go break even, and then the market comes back just a little bit, and then bam, you're out, even though price didn't even come close to it, and then continues. Because when you have like a live account, the brokers, they can change the spread at any time, any fucking time, and they can see that your order is like, let's say pips is let's say the spread is 2 pips on the euro or whatever. They can widen it to 3 or 4, get your ass out, you take that loss, and then the market goes where you thought it was going to go. Okay, that's like the number one reason why I don't like spread. You have to wait longer. I mean, the trade has to go a lot more into your direction before you can, you know, go break even and stuff like that. It's just, it makes day trading more difficult. Swing trading's not that big of a deal when you have spread, because it's just minuscule. But when you're trying to be 1 minute, 5 minute time frame entries and stuff like that, it's harder to manage when you have a high level of impatience, and that the fact that spreads can be, you know, you don't know if the broker is going to increase or decrease spreads on your ass. So it's hard, dude. I'm telling you, it's hard. So silver is starting to at least give us a little bit of juice here. Starting to give us a little bit of juice from that imbalance. That halfway point actually would have been a lot better. But I didn't have an order there, did I? No, I didn't. But yeah, the halfway point, like right there, that was pretty solid. So now it's below our entry, which is pretty cool. If this was a live trade, and again, not financial advice, but if it was, I think right now it would be a little bit too early to go break even for silver. It's only like 2 points. Because if we're in at 24, actually we got slipped and we're at like 24,001. So that's great. But anyway, like 24 even, it's only at 23.98. So it's barely moved 2 cents. So it's not even enough to like cover spread right now. You know what I mean? Because like even a 5 minute time frame, this could easily retrace higher. Like it could easily retrace higher, come back into this imbalance before going lower, or it just might say fuck that and continue higher. So if it was me, I probably would want to see this low taken before going break even. Does that make sense? Like I think this low would have to be at least broken first. Going on a 5 minute, that's probably the only distinctive low at the moment, is this one. So I would probably need to see that trade it into first. It's 2 o'clock, so we're definitely late into the day. Definitely late into the day. But what I am gonna do is, so we're in like 10,000 units, I guess, whatever that means. So I would probably take, let me see, 2 or 3, maybe like 2,500. So I would sit here for a minute, and if the market gives us 23.93.5, like if it gives us that low, let's see. If it gives us that low, I would probably take 1/4 off. So let me just scrunch this up. So again, I want to watch both. It's messy. Why is the alert all the way over there? All right, whatever. Whatever. You guys still here? You guys still with me? What's going on? We still active in the chat? So 61% of you, so we got 18 votes. 61% of you said yes. 39% of you said no. That's okay. There's no judgment here. I'm not going to judge you if you don't drink. I used to not drink and smoke for a long time. It's okay. It is okay. Would you take a re-entry on silver? I mean, this late into the day, probably not. Realistically, we really shouldn't have even taken this. Vido's still here. Willow's active in this yard. Hey man, do you think? It's a free workout too. Yard work. Man, when I was a kid, I hated when my dad made me do yard work. I'm like, Dad, come on, man. Let's fucking do something else. Throw a football, play baseball. Let's watch like Bernie Mac or something. Like, yeah, rake leaves. Like, God, please, just shoot me. Just shoot me in the face instead. Cut bushes. Ugh, come on. Trim the trees. Yuck. I hated that when I was a kid. I absolutely despised it. Despised. So the question now is, if this was a live trade, would I hold into the weekend? Probably not. Probably not. Unless we were out most of it. Now that my wife and I have our own crib, I like a little pride in keeping it nice. Don't want to piss the neighbors off either. I mean, no, you do have a point. You do have, and that is a solid point. But when I was a kid, that house is not mine. It's not my fucking house. So what would I care about the yard for? Trying to play video games and talk to girls. You know what I mean? Like, what is this yard work bullshit? But no, I can definitely tell you when you actually have a spot of your own, yeah, you want to take pride in having it look nice and be presentable and everything else. I get that. I totally get that. Let me double check the indices again. So it looks like gold's been sinking more than silver has. Nice down candle if you look at gold. Nice down candle there. So silver has dropped a little bit, but not just with as much significance. Not a big deal. It's whatever. Excuse me. $2.15. $2.15 is only 45 minutes left in the day. So I still want to see if we get a continuation higher. See if they attack, trailing stops. That would be above this high for the S&P. They would probably attack that if it's going to be trailing stops. I think if we had more time, because this is not a good time, I can tell you that 100%. If we had more time in the day, then I would be focused on these lows as well. Like new low, and then ultimate target. Like that's what I would be looking for, but this is not an ideal time. So you look at it. So look at silver. See how on this current 15-minute candle, which is like, it's only been like a minute. As soon as we trade up just a little bit, bam, we're back in the red. Right? That's what I'm saying. Going break even too fast, it'll get you out early, or, you know, it'll get you out when you don't think that it would. So it wasn't early enough to take partials and go break even. Because, like, let's just say we did that. Like, let's say, oh, it's now going our way, and then boom, we're break even. All right, well, now we're out of the trade. And that's it. Then it's just nothing. And it's over. I mean, which is not bad if you want the day to be over. If you want the day to be over. But given that it's 215, I think asking for another significant movement lower before Friday's close is a lot. I think it's a lot. Let me see. So right there. That's how much time is like left in a day for this. You see what I'm saying? So you're asking for a big ass move, and that is unlikely. It is unlikely. But I mean, at least we, you know, press buttons today. So you guys still got some experience and kind of understand at least my thought process of why we didn't take this live, why we should see price start to trade lower from up here. And the 2 or 3 candles that we wanted like to go lower, we started to get that, which is fine. But, you know, now at this point, again, it's late in the day. And if I was in a live trade, I would not be enjoying myself right now. I would not be enjoying myself. So this is all that's left for today. $21 or 21, 41.28 and a quarter is that short-term high for the S&P. So let's see if we get trailing stops to attack that. Let's see if we can get it between now and the next 40 minutes. Oh, I totally forgot they have a doo-doo emoji now. That's really awesome. I totally forgot they had that. That's not what I was looking for. I was looking for the eyeball emoji. Here we go. That is funny though, that doo-doo emoji. I like it. So now we have 18 votes, or excuse me, we went from 18 to 22 votes. Now it's 55% does drink, 45% says they don't. So a mixed half and half in the chat. Half of you drink, half of you don't. Very interesting. All right. I'm not even going to take this on paper. Oh yeah, that NASDAQ looks not good. It looks like there's a small gap right here too. Right there. Just above that short-term high. Yeah, I really don't care for the lows that we set today across the indices. It just looks sloppy overall. Very sloppy overall down in here. When you compare them together. 5-minute imbalance for gold. Prices coming back into. There's that retracement that I was talking about, how if you go break even too early, it'll come back and get your ass. So, because there's an imbalance up here too. You may want to come back into. And again, we are really, really late into the day for silver. So just be mindful of that. That's all I'm saying. Just be mindful. We're up to 24 votes, and now 50% of you said you drank. 50% of you said you do not. So 12 and 12. 12 drink, 12 don't. Look at that. Interesting observation from the chat today. But I know people are coming in and out, so it's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. But I do appreciate the participation. I like it. I like it. I like it. All right, so let's see if we can get 41.29. That's probably gonna be, yeah, 29. Only 3 ticks above that high right here. So let's see if we can grab that. Let's see if we can do it. We have 36, maybe 35, 36 minutes left in the stock exchange for today. And that's gonna be a wrap. And that will be a wrap. Can you guys hear the chair? Like when I move like that, can y'all hear it? No? Okay, good. That's good. I need a new one. I need a chair that isn't like super squeaky and all that. I need a chair that's silent, where I can move around and it doesn't make noise. You know, my friends are like, well, just put WD-40 on it. I'm like, where? Which part? I don't know which part is making all that noise. I don't fucking know. I do not know, my friends. I don't know. I don't know. All right, looking like the expansion on S&P. Looks like we're starting to get that a little bit. If we clear my desk a little bit. If we were taking this, like if we took this in here, my stop would go probably to this low right here. Okay, my stop would probably go there. Again, not financial advice, anything like that. It's just, okay, if we are bullish, like at least in the last hour, I mean, it's been a shit day and it looks bearish, I mean, like a lot. But if there's going to be like some sort of attack on trailing stops, if the short term is bullish, then price should not trade down below this down candle. And I think that would be a decent level of protection, like a buffer between where price is currently at and like this entry down in here. You see what I'm saying? So like if, let's just say this dark teal line, like let's say we entered on that at let's just say 41.18 and a half, then stop at 14 or 41.19 and 3/4. So I'd have like a little buffer right there, because we would allow the market, I would allow the market to maybe come back into that down candle and then run. Like that's okay, but it shouldn't trade below this low before getting to this high, in my opinion. It shouldn't do that if it is in fact bullish in the short term. Does that make sense? So to me, we should see expansion up here. I mean, it's like 4 points. I don't see why we shouldn't do that. So again, allowing the market to, you know, give it room to allow, like, okay, it may come back to the down candle. That's fine. But it shouldn't trade below it, because then I would just be wrong. And that's okay. For silver, ideally still looking for expansion to the downside. Still looking for expansion to the downside. $15-minute looks okay. It looks okay. Doesn't look good, but it looks all right. Let me look. Ooh. Dow looks a little rough. The Nasdaq definitely looks fucking rough. But yeah, if we are going to trade up there, this down candle should be seen as support as well. I mean, I don't like to say like support, but should see a reaction, because this is our old low. Like, this is previous low that we were trading under. So if we were accumulating there, that down candle here, it kind of overlaps with that, and that down candle here in this imbalance is below that old low. Okay, it is below that old low, ladies and gents. So let's see if we get that expansion to 41.29. Let us see. Ooh, 25 votes. 52% said no. 48% said yes. We got a bunch of non-drinkers coming into our chat today. Coming into our chat. Look at that. Look at that expansion. Look at it. Look at it. Look at it. Watch that. Watch that high. Watch that 29 level, that gap right there with that gray line right here. Watch that. Oh shit, 30-minute candle too. We have a new 30-minute candle opening as well. Just scrunch this up a little bit. $27 and a quarter. Man, these guys are still mowing the lawn, bro. It's been like 2.5 hours. I hear another lawnmower. Like, holy shit, bro. How long does it take? How long does it take? $27 and a quarter. Again. Silver not doing a fucking thing. It's not doing anything. Let's see. 27 and a half. $27.75. NQ. Oh, I forgot what that was for NQ. I don't know. We're watching S&P. Oh, there's 28 and a quarter. So there's the exact high. We need to see above that. We don't want to just stop there. We don't want that. We don't want that. What did we do on NQ? Oh, that was the blue line from earlier. Okay, so that high was taken for NASDAQ. Looks like shit, though. I will tell you that. And the Dow. So all the indices have taken a high, except for S&P. We just barely met that. So we should see it go higher. I don't want to see it stop there. So 28 and a quarter, our current high. We need to get at least 29. Come on. Give me a 29. Give it to me. All right, real quick. Yeah. Let me it's John. Let me speak to Powell real quick. Hey, Jerome, what's happening, man? Hey, look, real quick. I need you to pump the S&P real quick. I need you to do it. Pump it up to like 20, 29, maybe 30s. Give me the 30s real quick. All right. Thanks, bro. All right. So Powell's going to give it to us. He said, don't worry about it. I got you. There's 29. There's that gap. There's 29 right there. There's 30. There's the 30s. Hey. Powell's my boy. Powell is my boy. There's the 30s. Look at that. Look at that. Connections, bro. We got them. We got them. All I gotta do is press 1, bro. Powell's on the other end. So, you know, I told you guys I wasn't a market maker. But I can hit them up. I can make them pump it. He said, John, I'll give you the 30s. And then that was it. And he gave it to us. So that's blessed, man. That's blessed. So there is a short-term run on trailing stops. So study that today. That's your lesson for today. So all those people who came in early and they got off, well, they missed being able to watch all this. And they missed the conversation I had with Powell too. Okay. So study that. This down candle here, right? So we traded up, and then that last hour, what do we do? The hour opened, it drops down into this imbalance and down candle, rallies, retracement, rallies straight for this high and this gap. That's what we were looking for as a run on trailing stops. Okay. As a run on trailing stops. So there's that. There's only 23 minutes left for the stock exchange. So that would have been like an easy scalp. It's not a lot. It's only like 10 points roughly. Maybe 11 or 12 if you got out like way up here, but I wasn't, you know, I don't think I said 32. I think I said 30s, but I didn't say 32. I mean, I would have got out right there. With silver, it just needs to expand lower. But again, it's asking for a lot. I don't even think we're going to get a lot of movement here for the metals market. It doesn't make sense to do that. So if there wasn't spreads, if there were no spreads, I mean, look where this is at. Look how close it is to our entry versus like where our stop is at versus where our TP is at. It's not going to hit either one of those today. And I don't want to hold over the weekend. So then the question is, what do you do? I want to go break even, but this bitch ass spread is here. So it would get us out a little bit too early. So if this was let's say this was futures, then I would probably take a little bit off and then go break even. Because the rule of thumb is you usually want to pay yourself before going break even, but it just hasn't done a lot. Again, it's only up like 2 cents. 2 cents. What am I supposed to do with that? It's not a lot. It's just not a lot. You guys having fun today? We've been up here for almost 3 hours now. A little over 2.5 hours we've been here. Yeah, if I go break even, spread's gonna get us out here. I can tell you that for sure. Like if we do this, if we go like right there to break even, I wouldn't be surprised if that got us out. So we're protected, but spread would easily yoink that. So again, in the traditional case, I usually would not want to do this until we've taken partials. Technically, we still have the full position because I opened it with 10,000 units. And we still have 10,000 units on. So earlier, what I was trying to do when we started to get expansion, I wanted to see like, okay, if we get this low, I'll take 2,500 off. So that's 25% of the position off. But we haven't got that. We've just been kind of stuck here a little bit. We haven't seen strong expansion lower. So there's no reason. I'm trying to treat this like it was a live trade. Okay. Because this could still come back into this imbalance, or it could just consolidate and then close and then be done. But either way, if we've eliminated risk, then that's pretty good for a Friday anyway. A break even is not bad for a Friday because it's sure as shit better than a loss. I want to sell, but market closes soon. Oh yeah, I would not take anything. If you didn't get in like long here or something on like a 1 minute in here, like the S&P, okay, there was an imbalance here, right there. So if you didn't get in on here, or even like this down candle or this imbalance, like I think it's done. I think it's done. There's an imbalance up here too that it ran into, right there. Okay, so study this phenomenon. Look at it from the broader perspective. What's the broader perspective? That 41.21 is that old low. 41.12, which I gave you before we came down here. 41.12 was Wednesday's low, right? So what do? We came down and then now we're up, right? But look where the long was, right here. And right here. And right here. Now, granted, I didn't watch it on a 1 minute time frame. I was watching on the 5. Okay? But study this phenomenon. Price scooped an old low and it had buying opportunities below an old low. This was the imbalance order flow opportunity. It was just above the old low, which is still fine. But remember that smart money trading rules video I gave you, right? We don't want to buy. I mean, we don't want to long. All right, third time's the fucking charm. We don't want to short below old lows. Why not? Why not short below old lows? Well, look at this old low. We scooped it. Now we're higher. And you guys watched that whole thing today. You watched the trade down here, and then you watched the trade off of it. Now, granted, down here, I thought it was shit because the micros ran this low, but the E-mini didn't. It just created equal lows. So that's why I was like, what the fuck, man? But we got evidence later. And then, like I mentioned at the time too, I told you to look at the Dow, the 5-minute Dow that we were trading into that down candle. That was this one. Same imbalance and down candle, right? So look at this, run on lows. There was probably a 1-minute break of structure, and then bam, we attacked trailing stops the last hour, while simultaneously managing silver as well. Okay, you should only trade one thing at a time. Okay, will you do that? And I'll do two in front of people. Balance mark on the left between 12:30 and 1. Are we talking about S&P here? What are we talking about? Oh shit, we lost silver. Fuck it, we'll come back to silver. I want to go back to one chart now because watching too many things is fucking... It's a lot. It is a lot. The 1 minute we were just looking at was this. So yeah, there was that 5-minute gap, and then there's a 1-minute imbalance here that it traded into. So I mean, but yeah, look at that order flow. I mean, that's pretty clean. This the low was kind of doo-doo. The low to me was kind of doo-doo, but coming away from the low into that last hour was beautiful. It was over an hour ago I said that 1 hour is probably going to give us some volatility, right? Oh shit, he did say that. He did say that. All right, because it's Friday, it's the last hour. We may see some short covering, or at least short covering idea, right? Oh, bam, we got up movement. It's not difficult. It's not difficult. Trading is so hard. Is it? Is it? All right, so we'll come back to that in just a minute, but I do want to see what silver is up to. It's just not doing a lot. It may come back out up here and close us out at break even for the day on that. But again, are you really surprised? See, it's getting ready to break us even. It's getting ready to break us even. Because our break even is here, I think. You know, with spread, that might actually end up giving us a loss. Actually, now that I think of it, that may end up giving us a loss for today. Because if we're only up as of right now, then that means this stop is actually not even covering the spread. Yeah, that's not good. So if we close right now, what is it going to give us? 23,999. So we're pretty much break even right here, actually. Because it says 23,991, but it's giving us a buy at the market at 23,999. And we're only enter at 24,001. So that means technically the break even price is like right here. So that's actually pretty unfortunate. Look at the gold market. See how we consolidated in there? And then I told you that at this candle, it gave us a more like emphasis on the downside. It has. Whereas like silver, it does give us lower, but then it just kind of like scoops right back up again. Like that's not usually what you want. So at the end of the day, I would probably just go ahead and fucking drop this shit. I would just drop it. So if we're gonna treat it like an actual trade, then there's that. And just say to hell with it. So now that we are pretty much at the end of the day, and we've been together for 2 hours and 45 minutes, that's pretty much gonna be a wrap for today. All right. So the afternoon to me, I think, was a little bit sloppy until that last hour. That gave us some clean movement. If you go back and watch the recording, right in here, I was saying, yeah, we might trade higher from here, and then boom, we got a higher movement. So although I didn't execute on anything, at least on not on this paper account, but we did execute on silver, managed it to a degree, given that fucking spread. I didn't think we would have spread. I would have went with futures if I knew spread was going to be part of the case. But I think like paper trading probably shouldn't have spread, but it's cool. It's fucking whatever. So yeah, study that. S&P and the other indices that last hour, especially Dow as well. See, look at this. Here's what I'll leave you with. Wednesday's low, I gave this to you for Dow. That alert that was right at the beginning of the session, that was here. Okay? So watch this. Right? What did we do below that old low? When we ran that here, we ran it again later. Actually, more than once. Low, low, low. Right? So look at this. Look from 120 to 141. You see that? The S&P 116, 141. Is that the same time? Or am I tripping? 120 to 140. 120 to 140. It was like right here. So the S&P is higher there, while the Dow is lower. Okay? So if the S&P is being accumulated, boom. There's your 5 minute. There's your 1 minute here. And then there's your 1 minute here. Boom. Straight up to these areas that we were looking for. All right. So study that phenomenon of the last hour. That'll be it for today. Hope you enjoyed today's presentation. Be blessed. I will see you guys on Monday, same time at 1 p.m. Eastern. So be good until then.